You meet someone new. They smile, shake your hand, say their name, and 30 seconds later it's gone. Not a little blurry, not hidden somewhere. Gone. Now you're standing there, looking directly at them, pretending everything is normal while your brain quietly panics in the background. You remember their face. You remember their voice. You remember the color of their shirt, the room you met them in, maybe even the first thing they said. But their name has disappeared like your mind never recorded it in the first place. And the strange part is, this does not always mean you have a bad memory. In many cases, it means your brain was paying attention to the wrong things. Because during a first meeting, your mind is not simply collecting information. It is judging, predicting, protecting, performing, and trying not to look awkward. So the real question is not, why are you so forgetful? The real question is, why does the brain treat a person's name like the least important part of meeting them? The first reason is surprisingly simple. Names are weak information. Your brain loves meaning. It remembers things that connect to danger, emotion, reward, identity, or experience. If someone touches something hot, the word hot connects to pain, heat, and survival. If someone says snake, your brain instantly connects it to shape, fear, movement, and threat. But a name does not work like that. The name Daniel does not tell your brain who Daniel is. It does not reveal his personality, his history, his face, or whether he matters to your life. It is just a sound attached to a person, a random label. And random labels are hard to store because they have no emotional roots. This is why you may remember someone's laugh, their nervous energy, or the story they told you, but still forget the name. Your brain kept the meaningful parts and dropped the isolated one. It did not fail. It filtered. And sometimes the name simply loses the competition. But there is another layer. When you meet someone new, your brain is extremely busy. It is reading their facial expression. It is scanning their tone. It is checking whether the interaction feels safe, friendly, tense, or awkward. At the same time, part of your mind is preparing your own response. Do I smile now? What should I say next? Did I look confident? Am I being weird? This creates a huge mental traffic jam, and somewhere inside all of that noise, the name appears for 1 second. Then it disappears. Psychologists describe a similar problem as the next-in-line effect. When you are about to speak, your attention shifts toward your own upcoming performance, so you do not fully absorb what the other person just said. You technically heard the name, but your attention was not truly holding it. That is why the name feels familiar but unreachable. It entered your ears, but it never fully became memory. This is also why people who forget names are not always careless. Many of them remember patterns, emotions, stories, and meanings very well. Their memory works by connection. They can remember what someone said months ago because it changed how they thought. They can remember the feeling of a conversation, the energy in a room, or a small detail nobody else noticed. But names are different. Names often arrive without a story, no image, no emotion, no connection. So an associative brain has nothing to attach them to. Then anxiety makes it worse. The moment you realize you forgot the name, your body becomes tense. Now your brain has two jobs: continue the conversation and secretly search for the missing word. The harder you try to grab it, the further away it feels. Not because the name is impossible to remember, but because stress blocks access. The blank space becomes louder than the memory itself. So the solution is not to shame yourself or force your brain to try harder. The solution is to give the name something to connect to. Repeat it once when you hear it. Link it to a face feature, a visual image, a rhythm, or a tiny story. If her name is Lily, picture a lily flower beside her. If his name is Mark, connect it to a visible mark, a logo, or a strong mental image. Your brain remembers bridges, not islands. And if you already forgot the name, ask again warmly. Most people understand because most people have been there. Forgetting a name does not always mean you did not care. Sometimes it means your brain was busy experiencing the person instead of storing the label. It remembered the human being before it remembered the word. If this explains something you have quietly felt embarrassed about, subscribe to Optic Psychology. Let's keep decoding the hidden patterns behind why we think, feel, and react the way we do.